Today's Norman Sportsline program, as promised, the Flin Flon Bomber president, Hank Kozar, joins us. And Hank, is it hot enough for you?
Oh, Hardy, it's beyond hot. But you know what? Living up north, we better take the hot weather when we can get it, because winter will be here soon.
Some really, really good news on behalf of the Bombers. You have, for the second year, have sold out your boat draw.
Yep, we sold it out at 4 o'clock on Saturday, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody in town for purchasing tickets. That's a huge fundraiser for us, and it's great when you can sell it out. It makes it really worthwhile.
Obviously, all the fundraising is important. I know the big thing right now on the top of the agenda is the season tickets. 279 have officially been sold.
That's right, Hardy. We're sitting at 279, and we're getting closer to that 300 mark, where the first $1,000 cash prize is going to kick in. So I know Karen's in and out of the office a lot right now. She's kind of basically taking holidays and in and out right now. So if you can't get a hold of anybody at the Bomber office, leave a message on the phone or get a hold of one of the board members, and we'll make sure we line you up with the season ticket.
Now, out of that 279, Hank, does that include payroll deduction?
Yes, it does. It includes a company payroll deduction, Hardy.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? It's plugging along. We don't have this year. We didn't put a drop dead date on for it because we didn't have an early bird. So we're still hoping that people are going to come in and buy the season tickets over the summer. So.
Here's the thing, Hank, and you and I have talked about this in depth, and I've been trying to stress this as much as I can throughout the years. Is just really, I mean, it's all important, but how much of the lifeblood really is on the season tickets? I don't know if really the general fan, because you do so much fundraising and and it's a long season. I know a lot of people pay at the gate. I understand that, but do people really understand how the lifeblood of your club is really the season tickets?
You know, Hardy, I don't know if they understand completely. But when we sit down and make our budget, we feel that we have to pull in $240,000 through the gate. That's season tickets, walk-ups, and anything like that. And that's basically where we're drawing the line on it. If we're close to that, it's a huge financial gain for us, and it helps us stay afloat.
And like you said, I mean, you got to have it. And I mean, season tickets are huge in every market, but especially for you with your travel. I mean, you really depend upon them.
Yeah, we do, Hardy. Like you say, our travel costs are huge compared to other teams in the league. Probably the only other team that might have this much travel costs is maybe Kindersley, because they're way out close to the Alberta border. But it is a huge expense for us, that's for sure. And I know the season tickets are slow right now, and it would be nice to have more. Basically, it gives you a chance to see where you're standing. But I'm sure that people in Flin Flon will step up and we'll if not have the same as last year, we'll have more, hopefully more.
I mean, you never can really tell for sure what's going to happen. You always, I guess, kind of gauge it year by year how many season tickets you're going to have. Does it make it tough to operate when you want to go out and do things financially, when you are counting on money that may not be there? How tough is it to make decisions financially when you're probably not going to really know, probably for at least another month and a half, really, where you sit with that?
Well, it's huge, Hardy, because even with our raffles, we got to have that money in the bank to be able to purchase those prizes, because Manitoba Lotteries won't give you a raffle unless you can prove to them that you pay it. They won't let you have the raffle and pay it off afterwards. So it's a huge thing that we have money in the bank, and it just makes things. We've got payroll 12 months a year. Like, we have our coaching staff, our office staff, and everybody's getting paid still. And it gets tight when there's no money coming in. So season ticket money coming in gets us through the summer months. I know people don't quite understand. Well, hockey season's over, the bills don't stop. So getting the season tickets money in early is a huge plus for us.
And everything is going up in price. I remember when I started with this team in '97, I believe the operating budget then was $400,000. I believe it's doubled since then.
Not quite double, Hardy. Last year we operated at $640,000. So like you said, everything's going up. Fuel's going up, bus costs, hotel rooms. You can't get a hotel room for under $150 now. So it's a huge expense, that's for sure.
Is that the biggest challenge that you face as an operating club, is just rising prices?
Yeah, it is, Hardy. We try to keep the prices in line as much as we can for our season ticket holders and for people buying at the gate. We feel that we're still very reasonable. We're charging $350 for a season ticket. It works out to about, $12 a head for 3 or 4 hours of entertainment during the winter. And let's face it, wintertime in Flin Flon can be a long winter if we didn't have hockey, that's for sure.
And it's the whole town's identity. I mean, it would really be a shame, wouldn't it? I don't think people really realize. And I'll tell you right now, if this team loses its junior A franchise, I don't believe they'll get it back.
I don't believe we'd ever get it back, Hardy. It's if we can't keep it afloat now with the size of our population, and I know our population is shrinking, we'd never have a chance to get it back.
You know, it's interesting because you always hear people out in the street saying, well, they'll just go to the MJHL. Well, you know what? It's not that simple.
Well, to be quite honest, our travel costs would be the same in MJ. Yeah, the pause there, which is an hour and a half away, but next closest place is Swan River, and it's still 3.5, 4 hours away.
And both those teams are fighting financial crises as well. Who knows how much longer they'll be around?
Exactly, Hardy. Like junior A hockey right now, unless you have a private owner with deep pockets, it's a struggle for all of us. And but you got to have a good playoff run, and if you have playoff success, it helps out a lot. I know North Battleford did very well last year, and they came out ahead of them. They were in the block this year, so hopefully that we'll turn that corner this year. I believe we have a very strong team coming in, and I'm hoping that we go deep into the playoffs this year.
Do you think it could be the deepest group you've had since 2001?
Well, you know, Hardy, we're involved. We sat down at the end of the season, Mike and myself and the rest of the executive, and we were sitting there, and we targeted certain kids. We asked Mike who his top guys that he wanted to get in, and we target those guys and try to get those kids here. And to be quite honest, we got all of those kids that Mike was targeting. So our recruiting class year, I think, was probably the best since I've been on the board, and I've been on the board for almost 12 years now.
Wow.
So. But yeah, we had a very good recruiting class. So the older players are definitely going to be pushed by the younger guys coming in.
Let me throw this at you, Hank, and I certainly don't want to put you on the spot, but you know, you talk about the team's history and stuff, and you got a lot of younger people now that obviously you want to have in the stands at hockey games that probably don't relate to the older, every year you get by, Bobby Clark and stuff, not to say it's not significant, but a lot of the younger people really don't identify to that era of hockey anymore. How desperate does this team need to win the league title just to stretch out to new fans? I mean, you're always going to have your core fans, but how desperately do you need a way to reconnect with, I guess, the fringe fan?
Yeah. Well, Hardy, winning a league title is our ultimate goal for always, but I just believe that we need to make that playoff run to get that excitement back into the rink. And I know once the excitement's back there, people will show up, and like you say, it does hook up with the younger kids, the younger generation. Let's face it, they want to support a winning team, and I believe that we will have a great success this year. I really do.
It's funny what winning a few games can really do, isn't it?
Well, it is. It just gets everybody excited. You know what it was like at the beginning of last year? We were expecting, we'd be struggling to make the playoffs last year because we made that commitment. We got off to that great start, and there was a buzz in town. People were talking about hockey all over the place. And then we came back to reality a bit, and it definitely hurt, that's for sure.
Listen, I know you got some special fundraising plans this year. Anything in particular you want to mention that you're working on, or is it just...
We are going to plan on doing another side-by-side raffle this fall. We're going to be applying for the license through Manitoba Lotties here in the next couple of weeks, so that'll come up. And we have our ladies' night going to be coming up again as usual. And we have been contacted by the people in Canada that brought Team Sweden here a couple of years ago, Hardy, and they're interested in coming back. So that's a possibility again, just around the Christmas break and stuff. So we do have some irons in the fire, and hopefully if they all work out, it'll be a successful season for us. I'm
sure it will be, and like Hank said, pick up those season tickets. All you got to do is call the office at 4404, and they'll get back to you.
Yeah, if not the office, my phone number's in the book. You can always contact me or any board member, and we'll make sure that we get the season tickets to you and drop them off.
Hank, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Hey, always a pleasure, Hardy. I'm greatly thankful for you and CFAR for giving me a chance to come out and speak about the Bombers.